My fellow countrymen, today we experience the most British thing of all. Being late for a meeting and being incredibly disorganized. I have no idea what I'm doing. The light is still on. I'll be right back. Fellow countrymen, now we experience the second most British thing. Blaming it on someone else. How's it going, everybody? Hello, Randy. Hello, Bowser. Hello, entertaining. You're on your way to a concert. Enjoy the concert. Your first concert. What does that mean, though? What does it mean to be at your first concert? For example, like, is it like a rock concert? Or is it like a classical concert? Because some people like consider like classical music not a concert. It's like a show or something. So I have no idea. So yeah, average Twitter moment. It's all your fault. How's it going, everybody? Yeah, Twitter's going insane right now. There's lots of weird stuff going on with countries and video games and early access and poor judgment. But I, for one, shall never have poor judgment, for I am very British. Skype is shutting down? No way. Well, rest in peace, Skype. I remember I used to play video games with my friends on Skype. And then Discord came along. And I said, hey, we should use Discord. And everyone was like, no, Discord sucks. Why would we use Discord when we could use Skype? Who's laughing now? Yeah, but never been to a concert or concert venue. Well, have fun. I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun. Yeah, Skype's shutting down. I had no idea, but yeah. I've been, you know, just looking around at new video games. Apparently Monster Hunter has released. I don't know if you guys would watch me play Monster Hunter. Apparently there's like one weapon is also a musical instrument, and you guys absolutely know that I would always choose the most troll instrument or the most troll weapon. So I would absolutely choose like the frickin' trumpet mace. I did figure out every single Danganronpa case. That is very true. I have never had poor judgment in my life. I also did some Ring Fit last night, and I didn't realize how tired I was. Because, like, I put on the strap for the Ring Fit, and I was like, I'm already tired. Meanwhile, you usually choose the odd car racing games. I always choose the, like, either, like, the funny animal, or... either the funny animal or, like, the stupid alien spaceship. Kezu is the best Monster Hunter monster. I'll have to look it up. I don't know if you guys would be interested in watching me suffer through Monster Hunter. Apparently, there are very cute girls, so maybe, just maybe. Anyway, we're playing British Ace Attorney today. I had to do some research today to do freaking fill out tax forms because I got hired for another job for voiceover today, and yeah, I had to fill out like 20 different forms to get paid $50. It's like, what the frick? What the frick? I had to fill out like Minnesota wage theft prevention like forms. It's like, why do I need to do that? I wish I was British. Anyway. Shut up, Britain. No offense, Britain. Anyway, we are going to play some British Phoenix Wright. Let me just turn on my Switch because I haven't done that yet. Give me a moment, give me a moment. Give me a moment. I'm very smart. I'm incredibly prepared today. I'm super, super prepared. Can you guys hear me, by the way? I feel like I've been talking on mute, but like I think you guys are hearing me. He doesn't have eyes, so his fight music didn't play in the game. Hey, how's it going, Steam to Sams? No, I'm totally mute. Shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. Okay, we gotta turn on Ace Attorney. And here we go. All right. The music was loud, but you can hear... Oh, yeah, the music is... Yeah, sorry about that. The desktop is kind of loud today. Could you guys hear me generally? Yeah. Anyway. It doesn't matter. Oh. Hey, that's kind of cool. I haven't seen the start screen for a while. I'm slowly becoming more and more British. Pretty soon, I will only be eating fish and chips and bangers and mash. Like, that'll be the only thing I eat. And, like, I'll be going down to the pub every day just to yell at people. This is pretty cool. At the start screen, they actually show, like, the most relevant scene. That's actually kind of cool. Load game. Okay. Pretty soon, I'm going to be putting beans on toast. What the frick, man? What the frick is that? All right, so let's go over what happened. 9:11 a.m. Wait a second. Never mind. Okay, so we have a lot of new clues this time around. So first of all, hello, my beautiful future wife, and or my future mother-in-law, and or my future wife. Hey, kid. Don't grow up to be like me. So we finally found Enoch Drebber, who is literally a dancing robot. And apparently he blew up a whole bunch of evidence last week because... No, he's literally a terrorist. His name is actually... I know, his name's actually Bohemian Boy. It's hilarious. He's literally a terrorist. He blew up the invention last time so that we can't use it for evidence, or the machine last time. Yeah, but what next? Okay. So let's go over the new evidence. So there's a few things that we note. First of all, there was this wooden bird cage that we found, and the wooden bird cage has been damaged on the bottom. So we suspect that it kind of fell like, and then kind of got hit. Didn't the guy die of a broken neck? Hold on. Broken vertebrae, most likely resulting in impact from considerable... I mean, in theory, if you're falling like on your feet, you can still result in a broken neck. It's just because your spine will compress, and like your spine will compress onto itself, I think. Wilhelm Gottreich Sigmund Orstein is the name of a Bohemian prince in the Sherlock Holmes story. Is it? I actually don't know. All I know is Lestrade, Gregson, the Garadebs, Natsume. I don't think Natsume actually appears in Sherlock Holmes. Anyway, we got this last time from the little boy. He took a picture, and then we saw that there was a laser arrow that was shot at this balloon right here, and that popped. And supposedly, what we think is that there was a secondary thing. Here's the cage, right? Here's the cage. There was like a secondary cage in here, and inside there was probably a waxwork. So it's possible that what Enoch Drebber did was he stole a waxwork in order to create a body double for for Odie Asmund to fall out of the balloon. The question is, why did he go after such an important waxwork? If anything, he should go after like a stupid waxwork that nobody would miss, right? But he went after like a really, really, really relevant. Well, then again, this is also paid DLC. So, what's her name? Madame Tuspels. Does she have a first name? Esmeralda. That is a beautiful name. Sorry. Yeah. Master, balloon, please. God. Balloon, please. Yeah. But Madame Tuspels keeps the professor. Apparently, this is the head of the professor inside a knight's helmet. The head of the professor is paid DLC. So we expect probably not too many people buy the DLC. So maybe it makes sense to steal the professor. But we also know that he actually has some interaction with the professor. He was also the name of the first victim of the Sherlock Holmes novel. But that's where the symbol... Wait, was he? So he's not a dancing robot? Hey, how's it going, Keel? Hello. We just started, so you didn't miss anything, because I know that's going to be your next question. And we also found in the professor a piece of glass, which indicates that the professor was actually, or the Professor Wax, was actually in the Crystal Tower. Right, the Crystal Palace is the actual one. Then there's also this random camera, and this random camera... Come on, open up. Open up. And this random camera has a blood stain on it. And we also discovered that Susato is the type of person to take apart her mechanical pencils. And then Enoch Drebber used to actually be a legitimate scientist. I suspect what happened was that Enoch Drebber did the whole, oh, I thought a body came out of the grave and something came out of the dead. And then the police covered it up because the professor was being tortured by being buried alive or something like that. And the police didn't want the public to know that they were corrupt. And so they painted Enoch Drebber as a fool. And then Enoch Drebber, maybe he was publicly humiliated, so he gave up science and then went into using science for the sake of, stealing money and stuff. Imagine if Kazuma still hates chicken. I'm pretty sure he still hates... Well, then again, supposedly, Kazuma's suffering from amnesia. So, I mean, he probably still hates chicken. Let's be real here. Fear of chicken is not something amnesia can solve. Anyway, so there's a lot of weird stuff going on, but I think it's possible that what happened was that Enoch Drebber was publicly humiliated after the whole professor thing because the police did something, and so he swore to, use his science for stealing money instead of actually, the benefit of the good of the people. Because I can honestly imagine this, right? Imagine if you saw something claw out of a grave and you went to tell the police and you were telling the truth, and then the police paint you as a fraud or something like that. then you'd absolutely start to think, like, what's the point of being truthful anymore? If, you know, if it doesn't fit the cops' narrative or the government's narrative, then people will just paint you as a fool and try to cancel you. This certainly sounds familiar, doesn't it? We're going to use a piece of chicken as evidence in the final case, where we have to prove that Kazuma didn't murder Iris. oh no, Iris is going to die. No. Kazuma is going to murder... I don't know. Kazuma is almost going to murder Gregson. Gregson's going to survive, don't worry. But, like, because of the whole list thing, Kazuma is almost going to murder Gregson. But in reality, it was me all along! Ryuno, you're such a fool! You didn't expect me! You all thought I couldn't do it, could you? I'll show you all! It was Iris. She's the big bad. I'm now convinced. I think I'm more convinced that the big bad is going to be Iris than Strongheart at this point. I think I have gaslighted myself into thinking that Iris is the big bad. Yeah. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you, Mr. Naruhodo. Good morning, Professor. Ready for today's proceedings? I hope so. I should be. Even I. Good morning, my dear fellow. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. You're here. Why, naturally, a true gentleman stands shoulder to shoulder with his friends in battle at all times. What about the time before? And the time before that? And the time... Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'll, see you later then. Bye! Now, Professor, we really need you to remain calm in court today. Yes, do try your hardest not to enter the witness stand uninvited again. Yeah, I will. My dear fellows, I must interject. Oh, you're still here, Mr. Shaw. What's the matter? Surely you've overlooked some prize, have you not? To be cast in my direction, how's it going, Ants Man? Sorry, I don't follow. Must I spell it out for you? I, the great Sherlock Holmes, the greatest detective of worldwide acclamation, arose at some ungodly hour to be here. First thing in the morning, a miracle, you must agree. Well, if I must agree, then, as you know, my sleep is quite impregnable. Iris had to employ her full gamut of tactics. She pulled the covers off. She shook me. She poked both cheeks. She punched me. She kicked me from the bed. Then she poured a boiling cup of her latest experimental blend on my face. And at last, I was bestirred. Iris has been busy. Man, Iris doesn't deserve this. How do I feel about the latest Legends Star? I didn't actually check. I'll have to check that later. I didn't know that new Pokemon Legends was coming out so soon. Iris doesn't have it in her to go that far. She's too nice. Ha! I sense the spirit of a fellow scientist, one who relishes the infinite possibilities of blending tea. I'm the one worthy of praise here, not Iris. This is my victory. Sorry to cut in. Oh, Inspector Gregson. Good morning. Ah, Gregson, my dear fellow. Why the grim expression at this delightful early hour?
I don't know. Maybe because I've been confronted with a grimmer expression. See?
Dear me. Are you going to take that insult lying down, Professor? What? I don't know! Poor Professor. He was talking about her look.
Anyway, here's the secret paperwork.
Oh. The paperwork says secret on it, so.
The secret paperwork you asked for.
What paperwork? Ah! I took the liberty of requesting it yesterday. I have a feeling it may prove useful.
You wouldn't believe the hoops I had to jump through to get this spread out of the archives, see? It's the Professor Autopsy Room.
What? That mass murderers? Who killed 5 members of the aristocracy.
It was found guilty in a close trial 10 years ago. It was all done under wraps, see? And he was quickly executed soon after the trial. It's all here.
Oh, we're gonna have to read that. Legend ZA. Is Legend ZA stand for Legends... The Scarlet and Island? I don't know what Legend ZA stands for. Yeah, I'll have to check the starters later. It was revealed that it would release at the end of the year. Oh, that's interesting. Hold on. Okay. Condemned prisoner. Blank. Redacted for confidentiality. Pseudonym, the Professor. Why was he called the Professor? Death by hanging confirmed at midnight. June 17th, Courtney Stevens. Wait, do we know Court? Wait, hold. Courtney Stevens. Do we know? That name sounds familiar. No, hers says Esmeralda. Wait! No, she's married! No! This is the worst news ever! Truly a tragedy. It's okay, she has a daughter. But, however, okay, so we don't actually know if it's her. But I assume it is. Her name's Courtney. We'll have to verify that later. Let's be real here. It's probably her. Which means she also has ties to the Professor. Right? Oh! If she has ties to the Professor, and the Professor is a government secret, she would absolutely lie about this case in order to cover up the Professor. Wait, but that case took place 10 years ago. Wait, I feel like I'm getting somewhere. I feel like she probably had a reason to lie to protect the identity of the Professor. I can't figure out exactly. But if she's so related to the Professor, and we also have Enoch Drebber who's related to the Professor, I feel like the identity of the Professor is actually important here. I just can't... I'm not exactly sure how to piece it together, but the Professor has to come in somehow. Thank you, Inspector. Yes, much obliged, Gregson.
Slowly along the yard, just doing what we can. In the shadow of the great Detective Sholmes, of course.
He's so bitter. He just leaves. He didn't even let Sholmes like make a quip. He's just like,
Yeah, I guess no one can compare to you. Bye.
well, this is it. Today we're gonna lay it all to rest. I wish you the best of luck, Professor. Yeah. I suppose he'll be in that today, will he? Dreba. Yes, we expect the prosecution to summon him as a witness. I'm still amazed that you managed to find him just one day. I really owe you both so much. Hey, y'all. Come on down. We're gonna have some barbecue later today. Y'all. Thank you, Texas bailiff. Come on, boy. Trial's about to resume, boy. This is it. The final chapter. This is chapter 3. There are 2 more chapters. Come on, Ryunosuke. I've not felt this before, actually. This strange foreboding. As if something's going to happen in this trial that I'm not ready for. Is it a not guilty verdict? Because I don't think we're ever ready for a not guilty verdict. I can't let that distract me from the only thing that really matters. Getting Courtney's side to break up with her husband. Actually, I mean finding the truth. Look, I have my priorities, man. I'm a man. I have priorities. Ye Old Bailey courtroom. Home wrecker Ryunosuke. Oh, there's Masked Man! Masked Man Kazuma. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We resume the public hearing of Albert Hairbrain, here present who stands accused of murder. Are the counsels for the prosecution and defense ready to proceed? The prosecution is ready, my lord. Where's Susato? The defense is ready, my lord. Deep breath. Promised. Lord Van Zieks has his apprentice with him. His apprentice with memory loss. It's okay, you guys got this. You guys got this. If I may, Lord Van Zieks. Yes, my lord. There appears to be some evil supervillain standing at your side. Ah, yes, my apprentice and assistant. The prosecution believes today's proceedings will see the complexity of this case rise considerably. God damn it. Thus, I instructed my assistant to get me drunk. I'm already half buzzed already. And the smooth running of liquid refreshments. The way he holds himself, the way he moves, the way he breathes, the way he cha-cha. It couldn't be anyone else. But he's still suffering from amnesia. There's really nothing we can do at the moment. I know, but... oh, this is so very hard. Okay, so generally if someone's suffering from amnesia, you don't send them to court. It would appear the prosecution has done a fine job in responding to the demands of the court made yesterday. I understand you have successfully secured the engineer who disappeared from the scene of the day in question. Yes, my lord. I intend to call him as a witness shortly. It was us who discovered him.
Very good. Now then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury who have been chosen to represent the will of the people of the courtroom, just make a decision or something. Are you ready and willing to proceed? Of course, my lord. I'm sure we all understand the importance of doing our civic duty.
I do so despise deception and deceit. I find it so very wearing.
Wah, Waluigi, to take a man's life with a conjuring trick. It's against the Waluigi code, man, see?
Wait. What? He's slowly becoming Gregson.
Any fake scientist should feel the wrath of God, if you ask me.
Or, we have to listen to what we say on both sides of the fence and then say, oh, what? I like corn.
Was it like this in my day? Was it like this at all? Wow, that man's older than me. If all parties are ready to proceed, you may begin. Before I do, my lord, there is a report I must read to the court. Yesterday, at the Great Exhibition Grounds, the evidence of primary importance in this case, the super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine, which was installed on the experimentation stage, was deliberately destroyed by an explosion, affected by an unknown person or person.
What do you mean unknown person or persons? The guy literally said, you stopped the time bomb. Well, this one, and then something exploded. It's like, do you really have to put, come on, guys.
It was what? An explosion? This is an outrage. Yes, I heard this grave news yesterday. The Scotland Yard submitted a report to my office in the evening. I read that machine was blasted to smithereens and the wreckage reduced to ashes in the flames. I have here a photographic print of the scene, taken in the wake of the explosion.
Oh, okay. Wait. Remember when we saw this thing and we said, oh, it looks like it's hollow inside. And now we have, to an extent, a demonstration that these things open up. Right, the little pieces of those things. Yeah, I think that's relevant, right? I think, is it? Maybe?
Yes!
Wait. But doesn't that mean it's possible for the bird cage to fall through the stage down to the ground, right? I would think so. He did destroy evidence.
That Enoch Drebber.
The court will take this print as evidence, counsel.
Okay. Post photographic print has been shown to has been entered. We just have to take a look at the picture.
Late yesterday afternoon.
All right, let's see here. So hold on, I'm thinking. If this is from the front, okay, so this is the front, it seems, because these are the levers right here, right? The dude was strapped in here. If there was smoke, then maybe the guy could disappear into the stage, right?
Late yesterday afternoon, the prosecution afforded to the machine by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act was revoked. However, before a thorough investigation could begin, the invention was obliterated from existence. As such, this will become a very different trial.
Okay.
As it stands now, with no evidence on which to draw meaningful conclusions, the authenticity of the Kinesis machine will remain forever in obscurity.
No, you just have to look at, present day and ask yourselves, are there any, fancy schmancy teleportation machines? The answer is no.
A most unfortunate state of affairs. However, one thing remains clear. The victim's death was the result of the actions of the accused. Of that, we can be certain. For it was the accused himself who was operating the machine, and who ultimately caused its loss of control.
Objection!
Objection! The guy who built it is a butthead, so maybe we should investigate him. As Lord Van Zeeks rightly says, this is a very different trial now. The accused accepts responsibility for his part in the events that transpired. He acknowledges that Mr. Asman died as the result of an accident caused by his machine's malfunction. However, unbeknownst to the professor, he was also being deliberately deceived by a pair of very clever fraudsters.
Names, counsel, if you please.
The engineer, Mr. Enoch Drebber, and the victim himself, Mr. Odie Asman. So what exactly were these two men up to behind the defendant's back? The defense intends to expose that information, thus establishing the unequivocal existence of the defendant. Innocence of the... thus establishing that the defendant does in fact exist. Look, it's been a long day, guys.
Thank you, counsels. The position of the prosecution and defense have been clearly stated.
I think, therefore, I'm guilty.
Lord Van Zeeks, your first witness, please.
The prosecution claims that Albert Hairbrain was just a figment of everyone's imagination.
9! My friend! Don't do this to me!
He is no more. At once, my lord. The prosecution calls the engineer, Mr. Enoch Drebber, to the stand.
Okay, I'm gonna need a break before I do this guy. This guy is wild, okay? Give me a quick second to take a quick bathroom break, and then we will... Okay, we'll do Enoch Drebber. All right. Here we go. Hey, Indigo. Ah, man. It's time for Enoch Trevor. You know, it's been one of those days for me where it's like, have you been like so busy and so tired, you kind of just lose touch with reality and you're like, is everything real? And then Enoch Drebber, the cha-cha robot, comes along and is like, what the frick? State your name and occupation for the court. Name, Enoch Drebber. Occupation. Oh, cha-cha real smooth. Hard to pin down, I would say. Why do I feel as if someone
Mister, have you had fresh corn today? I brought extra cobs for you.
I just realized he doesn't have a hand. What the? Yeah, we literally just started. Your file indicates that you are currently being investigated in connection with another case. Theft of a waxwork model, is it? A most extraordinary sounding business. How did I just know? I mean, he's wearing a glove in one hand, and then his other hand is like mechanic. I thought it was like maybe he just like, you know, maybe he's like augmented his hand with machines, but no, it's like it's just not there. He just replaced it. But that has no bearing on this trial, I assure you. Clear it, cleave it from your mind. Oh. Wait, I just want to be sure. Oh no, I am Enoch Drebber. Okay, there's the voice. You're familiar with the public experiment carried out in the Great Exhibition some days ago? The accused super high voltage instantaneous kinesis demonstration. Yes, you could say that. I am aware of it. There was a terrible accident, wasn't there? I definitely didn't implicate myself yesterday. It was you, Mr. Drebber, who constructed the vast machine used in the experiment. Or so our investigations indicate. Can you confirm your involvement? Yes, I constructed it, in precise accordance with the blueprints, but that's all. Then the court would be very interested to hear your thoughts about the machine, I'm sure. Beep boop. Oh, cha-cha, real smooth. An amazing device, if you ask me. The pinnacle of modern science, making instantaneous kinesis a reality at last. What? Good gracious! Do you mean to say? What do they call it? Oh, right, instant transmission. That's the Dragon Ball Z term. That the experiment was bona and fide? Is that a term bona fide? Is that how you spell it? I thought it was one word. Is that your belief, sir? Yes, that is very much my belief. Such a waste it blew up.
Objection.
But we've already established the machine was nothing more than a prop.
Objection!
It is really bona plus fide? Oh, wow. I learned something new today. You've established nothing of the sort. All that was shown during yesterday's proceedings is that the same outcome could have been produced by means of stage trick. When has innocent until proven guilty not been a thing? I almost said guilty until proven innocent because that's literally all of Ace Attorney. The defense merely proposed the method and demonstrated its feasibility. Nothing more. Okay, I demonstrated that if you put two bodies in two places, one body could be at one place, and then the other body could be at the other place. You demonstrated teleportation! Can we get some sanity, please? But teleportation! No.
Sorry, Mr. Naruhodo, I'm going to deny your request for sanity. We procrastinated long enough, right, Manakyn?
Yes, Judge.
Witness, you will now give your formal testimony about the machine that you constructed for the purpose of demonstrating the great exhibition.
Understood. Beep boop, boop beep. I met the young professor approximately 1 year ago, through Mr. Asmon's introduction. He provided me with the blueprints that I constructed, and I constructed the machine to make his precise specifications. It was no trick. If the whole show was a fraud, it would have required a body double. Buddy, you have to work on not implicating yourself. This is why you never argue when you're in court. You simply just answer the question. Is it possible? No, it's not. And that's it. That's it. Don't never explain why. Unless they specifically ask why. It's like, why? Because obviously. Did the victim have a twin? All the spectators said the birdcage appeared above their heads, and then crashed first into the Crystal Tower. A terrible accident, I grant you. Perhaps the science on which the machine was built was flawed somehow. A body double? That goes without saying, surely. To give the impression that something has moved when in reality it hasn't, it's a basic conjuring principle. I studied magic when I was 7 because I liked card tricks. The deception cannot be achieved without substituting the original with a fake. But I would be right in saying you haven't managed to establish anything along those lines. Come on, Drebber, you're just setting us up. You're setting us up to kill you.
Incidentally, the prosecution has already confirmed that Mr. Asmon has no twin. Quickly, tell me if this man has a twin.
No, thank you.
It's my understanding that the witness is well versed in conjuring artfulness. But such talents do not indicate he was actually able to accomplish what he claims. Namely, the construction of what, by all accounts, must have been an extremely complex scientific machine.
Whatever do you mean?
Yesterday's proceedings brought the true nature of your past exploits to light, Mr. Drebber.
Indeed it did, my lord. Thanks for having my back, my lord. Continue to support me. As a swindler who preys on innocent scientists to elicit government grant money through conjuring know-how. Yes, it's true that I possess considerable knowledge of stage magic. But crucially, my scientific knowledge more than matches that of any academic in the field.
Investigation of the witness's workshop attests to that, my lord. Evidently, he got this trophy in high school. He peaked in high school and then he never went anywhere after.
Yes, that's true. We spotted the trophy there ourselves. If a hypothesis is sound, it can always be forged into a physical manifestation, with sufficient skill. That's not entirely true, especially not in the era of AI, but that's besides the point. Though I may have sold the secrets of some deceptive wiles to sniveling, talentless scientists in the past.
Would you therefore assert that the explosion of the machine was
an unfortunate accident? Of course. A deliberate act of murder carried out by the misuse of science. Beep boop.
Counsel for the defense? Cross-examination! Please, this guy's creeping me out.
Alright, here we go. The kinesis machine. I met the professor approximately 1 year ago. He provided blueprints and I constructed the machine. If the whole show was a fraud, it would have required a body double. Okay, if the whole show was a fraud, it would have required a body double. Let's go... no. I mean, this is a weird one, because this is a question. The questions always get me, because they don't know what they want. All the spectators saw the bird cage above their heads and crash headfirst to the Crystal Tower. A terrible accident. He's certainly very sure of himself. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, now that the machine has completely been destroyed, it's going to be impossible to argue with the authenticity one way or another. But if we're unable to establish that with a piece of stage trickery was stage trickery rather than a genuine scientist, we have no grounds on which to demonstrate Harebrain's innocence. Both Mr. Asman and this man tricked the professor. They took advantage of his naivete, which is a lot, and his unbending belief in his work. And seeing as though the professor is an old friend of Lord Van Zeek's, what on earth is he feeling? That's a good question. Give me one more quick second. I need to turn the air conditioner, and then we'll actually take this seriously, because I'm trying to figure out what I want to press him on. Okay. Okay, he met him. He provided him blueprints. There was no trick. Tell me more about the blueprints. Do you have them with you, or did you burn them?
Hold it!
It's clear that you have scientific knowledge and knowledge of conjuring. The more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to handle whatever comes along. But your implication is that I furnished the machine with some trickery, I think. It's a possibility that we've yet to explore. Unfortunately, though, the machine has been blown to Kingdom Come. Deliverance 2, now out on Steam. Apparently that's a good game. So there's nothing left to explore, is there? It appears that the kinesis machine was fitted with a timed explosive device of some kind. Oh, there's nothing left of that device either. Not a single shred of evidence remaining. I mean, I hear there is not a single shred of evidence. You must have planned all this. But in any case, it's abundantly clear that the experiment couldn't have been a trick. Okay, so not much was from there. Okay, the body double. Let's talk about the body doubles, okay? Because he's trying to implicate him. He's functionally implicating himself. He's giving us a solution. Of course, that's it! Mr. Asman was a twin. I swear to God, I try so hard, Ryunosuke. I try so freaking hard to make you look good, and you pull...
Objection!
No, perhaps my learned friend is stupid. No, I heard you before. The thread of hope hadn't quite left. It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
The demonstration could have been a trick if there was somebody who looked sufficiently like the victim. But Dr. Scythe absolutely ruled that out as a possibility.
It is beyond the question that the victim himself, Mr. Asman, did move from the stage to the Crystal Tower. The fingerprints found at the scene attest to that fact.
So it can't have been orchestrated using someone who looked identical to Mr. Asman then.
Okay, let me think.
What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, no, nothing. Okay, just that the idea of someone who looked identical to the victim is playing on my mind. I mean, it doesn't have to look identical. It just has to look identical enough. All the spectators saw the birdcage appear above their heads. Let's go and talk about their relationship.
Hold it!
So you were already acquainted to Mr. Asman? Not really. By chance, I'd seen his name mentioned in the papers, that's all. But I had no interest in his private affairs, like if he was an unscrupulous inventor. It was no concern of mine. As long as people pay their bills, I take up my tools and construct what they ask for. Wait, hold on. Alright, so you were already acquainted with Mr. Asman himself? Not really, but I have no interest. If he was an unscrupulous adventurer, it was no concern of mine. So why did Mr. Asman approach you? Who can say? I presume it's because my name is associated with excellence in engineering. Not to mention excellence in fraud! Objection, conjecture. But the point is, all I did was construct the machine according to the blueprints. In other words, the kinesis machine was built on solid scientific principles. Yes, you might say that. Professor Harebrain has certainly a mind like no other. Okay, if the whole show was the fraud... Okay, he was that, and then he provided me with the blueprints, and it was no trick. I met the young Asman. The victim had a twin. All the spectators saw it. A terrible accident. If the whole show was a fraud, would there have remained a body double? What about this? Right? Couldn't we just say it was it was the professor thing? In fact, we have proof that it is the professor, right? Because we also found the glass. We found the glass in his pocket, right? Terrible accident. Let's press this.
Hold it!
It crashed head for... Wait. According to many witness reports from these, though they're okay. They saw the birdcage crash head first, but the birdcage was destroyed tail first. The bottom was cracked, not the top. I mean, I suppose if you hit the bottom real hard, you expect the top would also break. But, like, you'd also expect the bottom to break, right? You'd expect at least both sides should have been broken. Okay. Were you not at the exhibit grounds that day? Cha-cha, real smooth. Unlikely. I rarely leave my workshop. Yet another of your unique inventions was found at the scene. Never seen it in my life. Well, it was the unveiling of a machine I'd labored over for many months. I saw it clearly with my own eyes. The birdcage plummeting headfirst into the tap. Okay, please add that to your statement. What a surprise. I believe the victim's neck was broken from the headlong fall, wasn't it? How would you have come by that information? Even an infernal recluse like me reads the newspapers, you know? According to the reports, 2 injuries were apparent on the victim's body. The stab and the broken neck? Yeah, and the broken vertebrae. Correct. My learned friend has been doing his research, it seems. You know, whenever I see the word correct by itself, I always think of Plankton going like, and people talk loud to act smart, right? Correct! Do we know which injury was the fatal one? Sadly not. Forensic science sucks in the 1850s. What we do know is that the victim died from having sustained both injuries at some point during the experiment. And since he was found in the birdcage with his neck broken, it's obvious that he fell. Oh, it's obvious that he fell from a considerable height. That's hard to deny. Okay, hear me out here. All the spectators saw the birdcage appear and crash head first. However, the birdcage seems to have crashed tail first.
Objection!
We've examined the birdcage that crashed into the Crystal Tower ourselves. As you can see, the cage, which is a wooden construction, has sustained damage in one particular spot. Following the explosion, it fell some 30 feet onto the glass of the Crystal Tower. That level of damage is to be expected, surely. I agree. The damage itself is entirely understandable. What doesn't make sense... Ooh, it's cooking time! Is the location of the damage. Look at his smugness. Sitting his hand on the soul of his best friend when his best friend is also literally standing right across the room. Oh no. All the breakages of the wood are at the base of the birdcage, not at the top. What are you saying? That's the opposite of where they should be. That's right, my lord. The birdcage was at the scene is damaged at its base. So we have reports of the birdcage falling headlong into the Crystal Tower, yet the damage is at the bottom. The only way to reconcile these two facts is to accept that there were 2 birdcages in play that day, which were at some point switched. Switched during what wasn't a scientific experiment at all, but an elaborate piece of stage trickery! Let's go! Ah!
Good gracious! Explain yourself, witness!
System malfunction.
If we examine the facts, there's only one logical conclusion we can draw. The damage on the base of the bird cage clearly indicates that it crashed tail first into the tower.
He kind of does look like Sephiroth, now that I think about it. But multiple witness reports claim it fell head first.
The bird cage materialized in the sky next to a balloon flying over it at the stage. A following spontaneous...
Wait, the birdcage materialized in the sky next to a balloon falling over the stage. A spontaneous, instantaneous explosion.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. He fell following a spontaneous explosion.
Alright, so the explosion of the stage happened, then the thing appeared? The new birdcage appeared?
At an altitude of some 60 feet above ground level.
Which is approximately 18 meters.
It then proceeds to fall some 30 feet into the
I'm having trouble reading today, I'm so sorry.
It then proceeded to fall some 30 feet into the crystal tower, and then ensuing deflagration.
Apparently English is not my first language.
Witness reports amid such chaos are notoriously unreliable.
Objection.
But the victim's neck was broken.
Objection.
So? However he fell, it would be unsurprising to find one or two of his vertebrae crushed. Ka. Cha-cha, real smooth. A riveting scientific analysis of events from the prosecution there. Though, to be even more rigorous, you would have to say it was only one vertebrae, actually. It wasn't quiet for long.
I find it hard to see what's motivating Lord Van Zeeks. This witness is clearly a swindler, and one who deceived his personal friend.
If you're going to establish this deception, do it right.
Sorry?
I feel like that's the undertone here. Ah, yes. And there's one more point. The defense appears to have forgotten. Wait, if you're going to establish this... It proceeded to fall and then... Wait, is Van Zeeks aware of the deception that's going on? I'm not sure what he's doing right now, to be honest. It obviously wasn't a trick, as a certain truth can plainly demonstrate. What?
It seems to me that the cross-examination had better continue. Mr. Trevor, you will amend your
What? What? I didn't even get the end of the... I just got a slightly different frick. Of course. We must treat the matter scientifically, after all. We nearly had him. It's okay, we got him. Beep. 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 The kinesis clearly took place, because there's nothing else 30 feet high for the bird to have cage to have fallen from. Wait, because there's nothing... No, there is. Right, if it fell, it could have fallen from the stage down to the ground, right? I think that's reasonable. Press.
Hold it.
What do you mean? Well, before the demonstration, the victim was alive on stage in front of the audience. Yeah, there are lots of witnesses who saw Mr. Asman on the experiment stage. And the victim's neck broke as a result of an impact following a fall. Logically, therefore, the victim must have fallen from somewhere.
Give me the stupid paper. The balloon that exploded was at an altitude of 60 feet. The point of impact on the tower was 30 feet up. That difference of 30 feet is therefore the total distance the birdcage fell.
There's no other location from which the cage could have fallen in that distance if it didn't drop out of the sky. Ergo,
the victim himself must have been beamed from the stage into the sky above the crystal tower. I feel so confused right now, to be honest. Because there's so much, like, this is science, but not really science going on. If that makes sense. Does that kind of make sense? Like, it doesn't help that I'm tired, too, but it's like... I feel like there's so much, like, this is science, except it's not. Okay, let me think. Every time I hear it explained, it sounds increasingly plausible.
Oh, yes. It's all very well thought out. Beep. 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 I love it. I hate him, but I love him.
Certainly all the spectators on the day saw it. The birdcage plummeting 30 feet.
Irritatingly, yes. Okay, I think we got it. Here. The kinesis machine, there's nowhere it could have fallen from. There actually is somewhere it could have fallen from. It could have literally fallen from where it was!
Objection!
This is a diagram. Yes, it is. We know that somehow the birdcage appeared in midair before falling down into the crystal tower. A fall of about 30 feet. However, if you examine the diagram carefully, you'll see that there is one other possibility from which the birdcage could have fallen. The same distance of 30 feet.
No. Are you telling me 30 equals 30?
That is called the transitive property of equality. Wait, is that the transitive property? No, the reflexive property of equality.
It appears the defense has a possible explanation to put forward. Go ahead, counsel.
Yes, my lord, of course.
You will indicate the place to which you are referring to on the diagram.
Really, guys? Really? It's not that hard, Judge. It's literally not that hard, Judge.
Take that!
The place I'm referring to is here!
But that's where the birdcage would have been.
Which is exactly the point, my lord. The birdcage was in the machine on the stage. But what we must also consider is the height of the stage.
Go on, counsel.
It turns out that the experimentation stage was built at a considerable height above ground level. Why would they do that? I have no idea, but it's convenient for this particular case, isn't it? If you look at the diagram, in fact, you'll see it's about the same height above ground as the balloon was above the crash site.
Math.
When the experiment got underway, the machine and the birdcage were engulfed in steam. Okay, trapdoor. At that moment, the floor of the stage gave way, and if we were to assume that there had been some void underneath, this birdcage and the one seen by the audience would have fallen almost the exact same distance. Oh, no. Once again, my lord, this all points to the fact that there was not one birdcage, but two!
Objection!
Let's go!
My learned friend has no evidence that the stage had been had such a contrivance in its design.
Actually, we do! Someone's responsible for the criminal destruction of the kinesis machine itself. That's true. However, the stage still stands. And take a moment to the photographic print of the scene following yesterday's explosion. The photograph that you submitted! Ow!
Good lord! Those are triangles!
Well, look closely at the trial. The metal grill that formed on the floor is undone! Yes, most likely blown open by the force of the explosion. The defense calls for the space below the stage to be investigated immediately. Uh-oh, it's not looking good for you, buddy. Mr. Drebber. Beep, boop, I am a robot. It was you who built the kinesis machine. Which means, it was you who built the 2 bird cages that were used to carry out the deception. System malfunction. Please try again later. Currently rebooting. Whether Professor Hairbrain's hypothesis is sound or not makes no difference. Hey, look at me, still supporting my boy. Because it's the construction of the machine that matters. A machine designed to take Mr. Asmon's life. And lay the blame firmly at the professor's door. Something that can only be carried out by you, Mr. Enoch Drebber! Splat, splat, grr, 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 angry sounds, meh, meh, meh. Ooh, How's it going, Mystery?
My learned friend has reached the end of his wild assertions.
God damn it, Mr. Van Zieg, that's another $50!
The prosecution would like to crush the defense's argument slowly, but surely. But slowly so I can enjoy it.
But I love you. $900 already?
Your argument fails to hold water. Like this crushed cup in my hand. On 2 counts.
2?
Firstly, before and after the experiment, this witness went nowhere near the kinesis machine. Every relevant member of staff from the exhibit has attested to that. And I believe members of Scotland Yard have also been on watch duty at every public experiment. In other words, Mr. Drebber had no opportunity to switch the alleged pair of bird cages.
Objection!
But I've already explained why he wouldn't need to!
The nonsense with the crossbow. That doesn't bolster your case at all. The man who disappeared from the stage and the man who crashed into the tower are one and the same. The forensic investigation team's report is unequivocal on that point.
Wait, who's the forensic investigation team? Who's the forensic investigation team? The forensic investigation team. Who was that? Right, we know that we know that Courtney Scythe was on the forensic investigation team, right? She was the one who kicked us out of Drebber's lab.
The second flaw in your assertion is a distant lack of motive. Why would this man have wanted to take the victim's life? He had no reason to do so.
That's a good point. Well, I mean, same reason. Grant money. Motive? Do I have to think of everything myself? Same motive. We can apply the same motive.
I have here a contract provided by the witness. What contract is this, Lord Van Zeeks? The contract in which Mr. Drebber entered with the victim, Mr. Asman, reads: Mr. Drebber is to receive 30% of all enumerations from government grants or other income. 30%? That's a very favorable contractual conditions.
But there is one very important provision bolted onto that clause. Please listen to me. I have ran my antivirus and I am working properly now. What provision?
Mr. Drebber may only uphold this right on the condition that both contracting parties are alive.
That is an oddly specific condition. That is an incredibly specific condition. Can you imagine if every single contract included like a clause saying like, this only works if you're not dead? It's like, I feel like if every contract had like a condition of like, this is only true if you're not dead, then it's like a lot of people will be avoiding contracts, because if you add that clause, it's like, what, are you gonna kill me or something? It's almost like motivation to kill someone, you know what I mean?
In other words, if either of us were to die, the contract would be null and void. Cha-cha, real smooth. So you see, I had nothing to gain from Mr. Asman's death. The diametric opposite, in fact.
What does diametric mean?
Need I say more? The witness had no opportunity and no reason. In short, the possibility of Mr. Drebber having done as you suggest is nil.
Hold on. Let me think. What? No. He, I mean, if it wasn't Hairbrain, it had to be Drebber. He's the one who had the control of the machine. Okay, so if we're just going to continue along the theory that Drebber did it, we have to figure out how he could have had a motive. And it's not always, you don't always need a motive, right?
It seems the defense's assertion was somewhat wide of the mark. Lord Van Zeeks, submit the contract as evidence.
Okay, we should look at this. It's okay, Ryunosuke. Terms of investment. Investor Odie Asman hereby enters a contract with the provider, Mr. Enoch Drebber, to fund labor and materials in construction of the machine. Mr. Drebber is to receive 30% of all renumerations, and then there's Odie Asman, and then Enoch Drebber. And then there's this. We know it's Drebber. It had to be Drebber. There was no way it's not Drebber. Okay, here's the first tested matter transport device. And then there's the lost cat. It's okay. We'll figure it out. If Drebber had no opportunity to switch the birdcage under the stage with the crystal tower, he couldn't have done it. And in any case, I have no idea what his motive. Okay. Let's follow that train of thought. Let's follow this train of thought, right? There is no way Drebber could have switched the bird cages, right? In theory, right? Drebber had an inability to get near the bird cage in the glass tower. He had an inability to get into the stage, right? Because he didn't belong there, right? It was what is it? That was for demonstration purposes, maybe? I don't know exactly, but he had no opportunity to switch the bird cage. Wait, whoops. I'm a lawyer. Okay. If Drebber had no opportunity to switch the birdcage under the stage with the one at the Crystal Tower, because we know that the one at the Crystal Tower should be damaged at the top, but this one is damaged at the bottom, which means it was not actually at the Crystal Tower. There's one aspect of your argument that still holds true, however. There were 2 bird cages. The prosecution is unable to deny that. Yes! Okay. Let's take a really simple argument here. Okay. Theorizing. This is why, putting all the pieces together in wild and zany ways, this is why I have always succeeded in Danganronpa. I need to believe in myself. Okay. So, we're gonna take it at the broadest sense possible. Okay, take it at the absolute broadest sense possible. Drebber couldn't have switched the birdcage. Okay? Believe in my ultimate detective. The ultimate detective strikes again. Okay. Drebber could not have switched the birdcage. What does that mean? That means he didn't switch the birdcage. Okay, now that I'm saying it out loud, it sounds really dumb. But trust me on this one. Trust me, I'm going somewhere with this. If he didn't switch the birdcage, that means someone else did. Which means we should approach this as if he has an accomplice. Okay. I was rambling this entire stream. I was tired. I couldn't focus on reading, but now I am wide awake and I am freaking ready. Okay. Drebber needed someone to be able to switch the bird cages, right? Which, the next question is, who could switch the bird cages? Well, the answer to that is there was only one person or one group of people who had access to the bird cage under the stage. Because there was only one group of people who was allowed to investigate it due to the whole forensic, the scientific investigation, something disposition, something act, right? Even the detectives couldn't investigate it, right? There was only one group of people who could investigate that. And that was the forensic investigation team. Courtney Scythe! Oh my god, you're going to jail. I am so sorry. Okay. I am starting to put things together. Enoch Drebber needed help. So he needed the help of the leader of the only other person who could access the birdcage, which was Courtney Scythe, the leader of the forensic investigation team. And I just realized they're not just random people to each other. They're like old buddies. Because they are both related to the professor. So Enoch Drebber called upon his old buddy, Courtney Scythe, in order to commit this Okay, we got it. Okay, I am sorry, my darling Courtney Scythe. You're going to jail. Don't worry, I will take good care of your daughter. I'm sure you're on the right lines, Mr. Naruhodo. And I have no doubt there are other aspects of your assertion that are undeniable truths, too.
Well, it would seem but the streamer is going insane. Now restarting Windows. Ka-ka, ka-ka, ka-ka. Cha-cha, real smooth. Well, I must say, I'm a little surprised. I came here to testify about the machine I built, and instead, my reputation is defiled. But the prosecution's counter has set the record straight, I think. It is impossible that I'm the culprit.
Objection!
Alright, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. At the beginning of this trial, we believed that there was only one birdcage. Yet now we know there must have been two. In other words, there was more to the demonstration than we realized. Oh, but that was a good desk slam, baby. I think it's abundantly clear that the same applies to the culprit. Get to the point. Where is my oh, he just happens to be behind my shoulder. The stage demonstration was constructed and set up in its entirety by you, Mr. Drebber. Therefore, it's inconceivable that you had no hand in the events that transpired. Now running antivirus. So, if circumstances mean it's impossible that you could have carried out the crime yourself... Man, I feel so smart, and then Ryunosuke's just like, oh, well, obviously. I felt so smart coming to the conclusion that there was an accomplice. And Ryunosuke's like, well, obviously there was an accomplice. It's like, well, frick! It points to the fact that someone else was involved. Someone else? Counsel, are you suggesting? Yes, my lord. Drebber had an accomplice.
Objection!
An accomplice now? Well, then I presume... You know what I just realized? Oh no. Do you remember why we were kicked out of court 6 months ago? Because we revealed a government conspiracy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! Ace Attorney protagonists make you feel super smart or super dumb. It's so true. Oh no, we're gonna reveal another government conspiracy. Ryunosuke's gonna get banned from England. Ryunosuke and the adventures of leaking government secrets. You're prepared for what's to come. Wait a second. Okay, hear me out, guys. If my theory is correct, we are literally about to destroy the entire justice system. Oh no. Oh no. We are about to accuse, like, the highest ranking, like, she's not a detective, the highest ranking medical investigator of Scotland Yard or something along those lines. One of Lord Strongheart's most trusted allies. We are about to implicate one of the highest ranking members of Scotland Yard abusing her power in order to commit murder. And in the process, revealing a government conspiracy. And in the process,
Destroying an entire international event. Yo, we're gonna get banned from like all of Europe at this point, and it's only case 3. So bad.
You're now you're not only accusing not only this witness, but someone else of most serious crimes.
Yeah, we're literally about to destroy Scotland Yard. My bad, Gregson.
If these accusations turn out to be false, then make no mistake. The prosecution will demand an equally serious punishment. Well, counsel, do you intend to pursue this course and formally accuse another party of involvement?
Yes. Yes, I do. This is a little more than a hunch. No, this is not a hunch. At this point, we have quite a bit of evidence. We know they're both connected to the professor case. We know that, what is it? She's the only one who could move the bird cage. We know that, Hold on. Like, as I'm talking, like, more and more things are coming to light. Okay, so thank you for bearing with me, guys. Condemned prisoner, pseudonym, the professor. Death by hanging confirmed at midnight, June 17th. Courtney Stevens, she was the, I guess she was the medical examiner of his case. She's like, which means, if the professor did indeed come back to life, or rather, he was never actually dead to begin with, which is probably the more practical explanation. This is a complete lie. Which means we are about to expose the highest ranking medical examiner of fabricating evidence to get the convictions that she wants. Oh my god. This is a freaking nightmare. Oh my freaking god. And if that's the case, that is how she can create this autopsy. It's only case 3, I know! That's how she can create this autopsy. Because she's the highest ranking medical examiner, nobody can question her. We're out of here. We're gonna get shot by freaking Lord Strongheart at this point. Yeah, she can just lie on this case and on this autopsy. It's like if we can demonstrate that she is corrupt, we cannot accept any of this. All of this is a lie. I don't know for sure if Drebber had an accomplice or if he really is the culprit here. Beep boop. One way or another, though, I need to make my position clear as a lawyer. What's my stance? My stance is your entire justice system is awful. We can do it. We can do it. We're ready to name Mr. Drebber's accomplice. We are ready to absolutely crush the justice system. In the middle of the forensic symposium, by the way, in the middle of, like, the investigative symposium, we are about to send, like, the highest ranking forensic specialist to jail. This is, oh my god. So many ops will be after Ryunosuke. It's so over for us. Oh man, the ops are coming. Somehow 2 bird cages must have been switched. According to the coroner's report, that's not a possibility. That should spell it out for us. It's over, man. It is over. Like, Britain is ruined at this point. But that inconsistency is a clue.
Counsel.
It's so Ryunosuke. My lord.
You have received a stark warning. If you are nevertheless determined, then I must ask you to identify this alleged accomplice by name. So, your answer, please. Who do you claim to have been Mr. Trevor's accomplice?
I really want to click Iron. Oh my god. You know, if we're going to accuse Courtney Scythe, we're literally accusing all of Scotland Yard. Because she is one of the people who runs it. We are literally about to symbolically, we are literally about to say Enoch Drebber's accomplice was literally the entire police force. Do you know how freaking wild? Oh my god. I'll take good care of your daughter, Miss Scythe.
Take that!
The name of the person in question is...
What's wrong, my Nipponese friend? Surely fear doesn't bind your tongue now.
It's a little late for that. Gregson's gonna lose his job again. Oh no, how is he gonna feed Gina? It's alright, Gregson. I'll teach you how to swindle. We'll just have to find some full pockets. Of course, I'm afraid. After all, naming her in this capacity is gonna make waves. The tsunamis are coming, baby. I could very well turn every single person in this courtroom against me. Not just... No, you're turning an entire country against you, buddy. Good luck. I'm sure it'll be alright, Mr. Naruhodo. They all hate you, not me. Thank you, Miss Susato! The enemy always appears larger than life, but you'll appear exactly the same to the enemy. It's true, infinite fish and chips, you'll be okay. Alright, here goes.
You've kept us waiting long enough. Your answer, counsel, now.
The person who colluded with Mr. Drebber in order to carry out this wicked crime is Scotland Yard's coroner, Dr. Courtney Scythe! Scythe! I don't know how to pronounce her name!
What the blazes are you talking about, Dr. Scythe? The head of the forensic investigation team, and the coroner who conducted the autopsy on the victim.
We know there were 2 bird cages. Who could have carried out the switch to complete the illusion? The accident happened in front of a huge crowd of spectators. The area was immediately sealed off. Then everyone, police officers included, were banished to make way for the forensic investigation team. When else could the switch have occurred? It could have only been in that team's presence. I wish Ace Attorney games were voice acted for the sole reason of learning the names. Fair enough. It's essential that the court determines exactly what happened following the incident. I pronounce Lestrade Lestrade. The defense demands that Dr. Scythe be summoned to the witness stand.
Wow, I'm a magician.
I like corn. You want some corn on the cob?
You've got nerve, lad.
Wait, you heard that? I thought you were sleeping.
Standing up there, digging the yard's name through the mud.
I didn't mean... No, I absolutely meant to. We gotta fix this justice system, okay?
I know the woman very well. There's no better dead room worker out there. How dare you call her a criminal?
I am seeing that her Japanese name is pronounced Shisu. Shisu? Shisu. I mean, yes. But, the Japanese word for the word is also pronounced isu.
My learned friend's imagination appears to be wilder than the East End at night.
No, it's not. I've been at the East End at night. It's pretty wild there.
But the recklessness of your accusation aside, there's another grave problem with your argument. One which the prosecution demands you address at once.
So her name is actually She's. A grave problem. Oh my word. I love how Susato sometimes just appears for, like, emotional effect. Oh my goodness.
Who do you claim acted as the victim's doppelganger?
What?
Certainly, if the bird cage containing the body of the victim was exchanged for another, that cage must also have contained a body. And yet, no missing persons or accidental deaths of anyone, even remotely resembling the victim, have been reported. Which means there was no one, dead or alive, who could have fulfilled the role of a body double for Mr. Asman.
Oh my god. We're gonna have to reveal the pet professor's face, aren't we? Oh my. And another government secret revealed! Oh, it's so over for us. It's so... Not only was the professor not executed, he was also tortured by being buried alive, maybe? And now his identity is going to be revealed to the public, which was supposed to be kept hidden from the public. And also, all of the police force is corrupt. Oh, no. We're so gone. We're so done for. If my argument is true, there must have also been a person. But I don't know if I've got an answer to this yet. What can I do to reveal how the body double stunt was achieved? Name someone, present evidence. Very well. The defense will address my learned friend's concerns by presenting evidence that reveals the true nature of Mr. Asman's body double.
Good gracious! Evidence! I do hope this isn't filibustering, counsel. The court is expecting a name.
This is not filibustering. If I was filibustering, I would be analyzing things very closely. But you see, there is no possibility for filibustering when we are considering all possible avenues of evidence. I have seen firsthand what filibustering can do. You think I'd be good at filibustering in court? I think I'd be pretty good.
If you think you have relevant evidence, present it now.
The body double and the birdcage were hiding inside the balloon that was floating above the stage, which means that any witnesses would have only seen them from 60 feet away. So who was it that appeared out of the explosion, some 18 meters above the spectators? Oh wait, so they didn't actually have to match perfectly. They just had to have, like, a body that was, like, kinda okay, somewhat close. Here we go.
Take that!
We know that the victim, Mr. Asman, was in the birdcage that was situated inside the kinesis machine on stage. That was a long sentence with some pretty big words. Therefore, he couldn't have been inside the second birdcage. Instead, that contains something else, which had been described as a body double. What's been described as a body double, which is what fell from the sky and crashed into the Crystal Tower. Honestly, Ryunosuke, this sounds like filibustering. You see, we've described it as a body double. It seems that it had indeed possibly fallen from the sky and crashed, perhaps at the certain point of impact at the Crystal Tower.
Yes, Counsel, according to your somewhat elaborate version of events.
And that body double inside the second birdcage was in fact... You got this, buddy. It's all right, Mr. Naruhodo. You're the one who's gonna get the heat, not me. Just steel yourself and come out with it.
Thanks, Mr. Sato.
As I was saying, the body double inside the second birdcage was as unbelievable as it... It was that thing that... What the frick? I can't believe this, man. What the frick is that? Yeah, it just appears this. It's like, by the way, here it is. Prisoner 139.
Well, this is awkward. Open your eyes and look into mine, my Nipponese friend.
It almost sounds like he's trying to get him to fall in love with him. He's closing his eyes. He's like, I don't want to admit it.
Now tell me, what are you playing at?
Prisoner 139. Stand firm, Ryunosuke. This is the time to show your Japanese spirit. Because you're gonna get kicked out of Britain soon. There's no time for flirting. As the court will observe, this is a waxwork model created by an incredibly beautiful woman named Esmeralda Two Spells. I'm sorry, Barack, but it's not gonna work out between us. Oh no! You need a stronger impact, buddy! A model, in fact, of an infamous London murderer from 10 years ago. The Professor.
Objection!
You started by indicating the leader of the forensic investigation team as an accomplice in this crime. And now you've moved on to indicting waxworks.
Yeah, that's about the size of it. Yeah.
But why? And why this?
Oh, right. Actually, I'm sorry about this, Manzix. This is the waxwork that killed his brother. Well, not the waxwork didn't kill his brother. The person killed his brother. Oh, man. I'll treat you to, like, ramen later, okay, Manzix?
It looks nothing like the victim. In fact, it could hardly resemble him less. What possible justification can you give?
You want to know why? Ask Mr. Drebber. Boo-doo-doo-doo.
What?
Just days before Professor Hairbrain performed his public demonstration, Mr. Drebber abducted this model from Madame to Spells. Yeah, that's a really good way to say it back, because he definitely did steal it.
Did he abduct it?
And 2 days after the incident, he returned it to the museum. I'm surprised it wasn't damaged.
Then the timing. Is this true, Mr. Drebber?
Now updating system 32. At first, I couldn't see why Mr. Drebber would have stolen the waxwork and given it back. But now, the reason is clear. He took it so that he could put it inside the second birdcage as a body double for Mr. Asman.
Blue screen.
Objection!
Are you hearing this, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Are you hearing the defense's astonishing proposal? That the witness fabricated this vast machine with the intention of deceiving some wretched scientist. That he did so in collusion with the country's finest coroner on a public stage in front of a vast audience. And that to the effect of the deception, he used a waxwork model that in no way represents the victim. Are we really going to believe this far-fetched tale? What do you decide?
Well, when you put it like that, it doesn't sound really all that believable now, does it? Well done.
Objection!
It's okay, have confidence! Wait. Yes, if you put it like that, of course I sound like an idiot.
My lord, I need to speak if you please. Go ahead, Mr. Foreman. Myself and my colleagues have reached an agreement. Really, I already know what you're going to say. Go on, do the fire thing. Please don't burn my head.
Guilty! Guilty!
No, try number 2.
Guilty!
Waluigi!
Guilty!
That's scientist.
Guilty!
Is that what-
Kill me!
Guilty!
Summation! Proclamation, subjugation, inclination! I knew this was gonna happen. We shall get through this, Mr. Naruhodo, as we always do. And uncover some new truths along the way, I'm quite sure. I agree. I'm gonna have to appeal to the jurors as usual. See if I can persuade them to change their minds. Wait, I just had a realization! The professor's identity is a government secret, right? So maybe the professor wasn't just used as a body double. It was also used like a threat. It was like a way to threaten Courtney Scythe, right? Because what is it? If my theory is correct, right? This guy, what's his name? Not Odie Asman. Enoch Drebber probably hates the police because if you remember the story, right, the police completely denied everything he said. They probably humiliated him. She's part of the police, obviously, but he used the professor not as a way to just say like, "Hey, buddy." He used the professor so to like symbolically say to Scythe, "I know what you did." That's it. That's it. They weren't just like casual colleagues or casual accomplices. No. Drebber was threatening her with the professor. That's it because if the professor did come back to life, and I'm starting to think that he did. If the professor came back to life, everything that Courtney, whatever her name was at the time, Courtney maiden name, Courtney Stevens, everything Courtney Stevens said in theory is a lie. If the professor wasn't actually dead, this is a complete lie. It's complete fabrication. So, because Enoch Drebber was humiliated by her, he used the professor to say, "I know what you did, Courtney Stevens / Courtney Scythe. It's too bad you got married, but still."
The defense will now embark on a summation, proclamation, examination, subjugation. Go on, do it. Do we have to? Very well, come on, do talk and whatnot.
All right, let's hear what they have to say. Let me guess, it's gonna be completely irrelevant stuff like, I like my corn on the cob, I need to get home now. Oh! Juror number 6 is starting.
I've known that woman for years. She'd never be an accomplice to anything. It's utter nonsense to think that those two would ever be conniving with one another.
Oh dear, this is most troubling. But surely the waxwork the man stole has nothing to do with the coroner, is it?
Oh, you would think that. Thank you for the assist, by the way, juror number 2. By the way, you are very beautiful, and if you'd ever want to get dinner with me, I'm always, you know, you can find me at Baker Street.
Why, Luigi, I have my own problems with members of the police. I do not trust them much.
Okay, so we need to get juror 3 on our side. She is very pretty. She is the most beautiful woman in all of Ace Attorney. I hope Madame Two Spells didn't hear me say that.
I've seen no rigorous proof that this waxwork was ever inside the bird cage. It's conjecture.
Accusing someone without evidences is not a proper job. I won't have it. I like corn.
Why is this random kid eating corn in the jury? Why is he even on the jury?
Somewhat unsurprisingly, it seems the introduction of this waxwork model has a polarizing opinion.
Is she a child? I don't even know. She's either 5 or 50.
Given that the face is obscured and its build is in no way resembles that of the victim.
What do you mean? He's kind of a thin dude. Or at the very least, what is it, from his portrait? He looks like a thin dude. Right? And then the waxwork also looks like a thin dude. It could be reasonable.
I can only applaud my learned friend's temerity,
as I actually don't know that. I didn't know that word until now. Temerity. My friend's temerity at suggesting it as Mr. Asman's body double. Yes, the applause is deafening. And I know it seems extraordinary, yeah, but that's the point.
It's okay. Mouse Naruhodo's here to cheer you on. You got it, Naruhodo.
That's why I have a strong feeling it's actually a greater clue than anyone realizes.
What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo?
I can't explain why at the moment. But I feel as though there's specific reasons why it was used. Why it had to be this much. See, Ryunosuke and I are on the same page, which means I'm probably really dumb. But
a reason why nothing else would, you mean?
Yes. And I'm convinced it's something far more significant than whether or not the model looked like the victim.
Well, if that's the case,
we must prevent the trial from ending prematurely. Agreed. I'll find a way out of this.
Go on, we all know that you're gonna, make them argue with each other and whatever.
Thank you, counsel. Thank you for the nice compliments. Now downloading Hoyoverse. Hoyoverse launcher. I'm going to play Genshin while I wait. You've known that woman for years. She'd never be an accomplice to anything. Let's just get a little bit of information from her. From this guy. The order of things seems to have changed around here for some reason.
I'm a copper, lad. It's a copper's discretion to bend the rules sometimes. Yes, we're corrupt, but it's fun!
I like corn.
What's wrong with that?
Well, where do I start?
I've been working at the yard for 40 odd years.
That's even more than I thought.
We've only had a Metropolitan Police Service in town for 70 years, Of course, Times have changed. The public didn't trust coppers back when I was started. It was rough.
I got some bad news for you, buddy. Uh-oh. 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 Public sentiment of the police is about to hit rock bottom, if you know what I'm saying. Corrupt cops? Corrupt politicians? No, that's never happened before.
We had to fight crime, and we had to win the public's trust as well. And win we did. Forensic science was in its infancy too, even more than it is now. She spearheaded the revolution.
I'm a mouse. I love how the mouse just randomly appears on his shoulder. It's just like all stupid looking. Dr. Scythe, you mean? Yeah, corruption doesn't exist. This is like the first time in all of history that corruption has ever happened. Like, you only ever see corruption in, like, fiction, by the way.
That's right. About 10 years ago it was, when I was still a young kid named Bob on the beat. That was when she started making a name for herself as a top-class coroner.
You know, fun fact, I didn't realize, like, until, like, maybe, like, in halfway into, like, Pat and Rowley's testimony from the first game, I didn't realize that Bobby meant, like, a cop. I thought, like, they were like, why is he calling himself Bobby? But I never really questioned it. British aces, they invented it. Wait, is his name canonically Chunosuke? That's hilarious. If it's not canonically, it better now. It's now canonical.
And look at her, head of the forensic investigation team. And a woman! Woman! That's a funny one.
What the frick, juror number 6? Also, prejudice didn't exist. There was no such thing as prejudice, guys. This is probably the first documented case ever of prejudice. Ever.
Well, you won't hear me complain. It's what we all wanted, we all dreamt of back then, I tell you.
You can tell me without holding the gun.
We were all out to uphold justice, lad. Full of vim. Full of vim.
That's coming across loud and clear. Alright, I guess we didn't get very much from that. Could you not read the newspaper while you're in the jury?
Hold it!
But we're only just starting to understand the case. He's literally just ignoring me. What is your opinion? I think your opinion is the most relevant here, juror number 5. What are you reading, sir?
The man behind those murders on Solar Pond Street was caught in 2 days flat. That's real policing for you.
Her opinion is that she loves corn. It's really not relevant to the case, sir?
You're wrong there.
It was because Dr. Scythe was in charge of examining the body. So another 2 people may have been indicted, wrongly accused, wrongly sent to prison. Nothing stopping you from pursuing juror number 5. Wait, can I do that? Really?
Excuse me.
Wait, I can't? Do you have something to say to that, juror number 5?
I love a good bit of corn, me.
You don't say.
But what I really love more than corn, more than anything, is biting into a fresh radish.
But then why the corn?
I forgot my elm.
see lost child here. This is the most relevant thing we've heard of the case so far. Yeah, I didn't know you could just do this. I'd be doing it all the time if I knew that.
A lesson in life. There may well be more to people
Then meets the... That's the lesson you got! I'm really not sure that applies here. You've never seen juror number 2? Hold on.
Hold it!
Hello.
Excuse me.
Has that given you pause for thought, juror number 2?
Oh, hello.
Madam!
Oh, I do apologize.
Yes, I noticed. Clearly something about what was said made an impression on you.
Oh, golly, I'm afraid you misunderstand. I was thinking about this evening's menu.
Menu?
That's right. My dear Daly will be ravenous by the time I'm home.
Daily?
Do we know Daly?
Well, for starters, perhaps you can listen to what's being said. Wait, who's Daly? Wait, I feel like I've heard that name before. Daly.
And perhaps, if what you said before, the jurors were more appetizing, you would keep their attention better.
Daily newspaper? Wait, what? Yeah, I think I've heard the word daily before. Like, I think Daly is a person. Did we run into someone named Daly in the previous game? Maybe? I don't know. You're memeing? Oh. Anyway, let's press this guy again. Great. I'll have to look it up later, unless someone wants to look it up and tell me. Unless it's a spoiler, then don't. Dr. Scythe, yeah, great. It was rising, the work led to the rest, the scoundrel responsible. Oh, that's great.
That's right. Oh, that woman is the forefront of this country's fight against crime. The idea that she's somehow involved in this murky business is a load of tush.
Oh, there are spoilers related to him. Okay, then never mind. I thought it was up to me to press the jurors, not the other way around. Alright, now let's actually hear what she has to say.
Hold it!
Why would you assume that?
Well, quite simply because that unsettling swindler has no relation with the woman, does he?
True. As it stands, we don't know of any obvious connection.
Oh gosh, it would be delightfully romantic if they had some
interest in wax? Oh no. Is she one of those women who's interested in either cheating men, furries, or serial killers? Oh my god, she is. Oh, I always say it. What do I always say? Women are attracted to 3 things. Cheating men, furries, and serial killers. The OG true crime. Daily shouldn't have entered my memory just yet. Okay, then maybe I'm just imagining it. But it was a capital letter, so. Romantic?
A woman of society such as myself views everything in terms of relationships.
Oh my god! She's the pampered true crime girl. Well, you learn something new every day. Even if you don't want to.
One might wonder about a possible relationship between the defendant and this coroner woman. Or perhaps between the defendant and the handsome prosecutor.
Lay off Enzeeks. He belongs to Ryunosuke. Wait. The defendant and the handsome prosecutor. Oh my god, she ships Hairbrain and Vince. Ah! Ah! They were BFFs. That is true. Oh shit, the too real. Too real.
If that's the woman's stance, perhaps demonstrating some connection between the waxwork and Dr. Scythe would be enough.
I agree. As soon as we have a whiff of a connection, she'll be the first to know. Juror number 2 probably spends her waking life on like the 1900s London equivalent of Wattpad. Okay, tell me about the police.
Hold it!
This guy doesn't like the police. Maybe we can get him on our side. What sort of problems?
Well, Luigi, let's just say we've run into each other on numerous occasions while I've been performing on the street. Wah!
I see.
Obviously, artists such as myself cannot appear on stage, wah, as we work in close proximity to our audiences. Though we perform our magic in parks, on street corners, wah! But the police use any excuse.
That's right. That's right. The police suck. The police. Oh, hey. Cool it with that. Cool it with that gun, okay?
Excuse me.
Do you have something in response to that, Mr. Ottermole? Oh, right. Ottermole's the actual killer.
Who are you calling a mass murderer?
Oh, sorry, my mistake. I just got confused because I heard you look like him. Thanks, Sholmes.
I don't look anything like the man you want to be locked up, Sonny.
Thanks, Sholmes. I can't. I can't. Perhaps we can move on. I was really wondering if you had wanted to say something in response to juror number 3. Clearly you do. Let's put down the gun, please.
Back in my day, back in the good old days, we didn't take carriages to school. We walked in the snow. Every day we walked up hills and down hills and back up hills. And then do you know what happened when we got to school? We said good morning to our teacher. It wasn't like this.
Okay, Grandpa.
We worked our fingers to the bones to earn the public's trust. By Jove, we earned it. People respected us back then.
Wah, respected you, wah!
No one would have called a coroner into question in them days. A coroner's report was a hallmark of an investigation done right. Especially when Dr. Courtney Steve... Oh! of the best.
Hold on a minute. Who's Dr. Courtney Stevens?
Sorry, got a bit carried away. Stevens is Dr. Scythe's maiden name. I see you crying there, Mr. Naruhodo. It's all right.
Her maiden name? That was before she was married.
Of course, yes, silly me. It's Scythe now.
Stevens. I've seen that name somewhere before. Similar to the word daily, although maybe I'm just predicting the future.
Anyway, the point is, those were the great days of policing. Not like now.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. Do you think you could change your statement to include that name?
Well, yes, I don't see why not. Courtney Stevens.
Okay, let's see. A legendary coroner.
Hold it!
Legendary. Legendary at fabricating evidence. She was legendary, was she?
What did you say? That woman is still the best coroner in the land. Heard of the forensic investigation team?
Legendary was your description, sir, not mine.
Rubbish. That would never pass my lips. I never describe anyone that way, ever. Not if they were still in the game.
Okay. I think the point is you're trying to make is that she's good, right?
It would. If it weren't for the fact that you're trying to drag that legendary woman's reputation through the mud.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that legendary. I wish Ryunosuke would. That would be really funny. Okay, hold on. I think we got her now. The waxwork demand still has nothing to do with the coroner.
Objection!
Those two statements contradict each other.
Good gracious. Which statements?
So, juror number 2.
Gosh me, what can I do for you?
I presume you heard what juror number 6 said in his statement.
I'm glad you never pressed me. Now I can eat my corn.
It brought to light the maiden name of the coroner, Dr. Scythe, which in turn has revealed a connection that wasn't apparent before.
Well, naturally, as a woman of society, I find such connections and relationships irresistible. But, oh, golly, I'm afraid I failed to see what you mean.
Dr. Scythe's maiden name is Stevens. And through that name, the coroner is very definitely linked to the waxwork of a killer. The defense even has evidence.
Oh, goodness, evidence, you say? How utterly enthralling.
Wait, is she seriously going to go like, oh my gosh, romance novel, not guilty?
Counsel, the court cannot overlook that last remark. I hope you can substantiate your claim.
Fun fact, the name of the coroner of the autopsy report of Pop Windabank was also Dr. Steven. Wait, really? Oh, wow. Wait, which means she got married and had a daughter within like a... She got married and had a 16-year-old daughter within a 3-month period? Oh, dang. I mean, hey, I can respect the hustle. Of course, my lord. Please, look at this.
Take that!
The kid's 19. Okay, even more efficient. I have here a certain autopsy report from 10 years ago.
A 10-year-old autopsy? What relevance?
It's, of course, from the autopsy of the person portrayed in the waxwork. The killer known as the Professor. Oh, dang. Van Zeeks, please don't fire Gregson. He's the one who got us this autopsy report, so.
But the man was a capital offender, so...
That's right. This is the certification of death that was drawn up after the convict's execution. Hey, Slippery. Yeah, Van Zeeks is really suffering. I kind of feel bad, man. Please don't fire Gregson, man. The identity of the killer was never made public, so the report gives us very few details. But what is important is the name of the coroner. Courtney Stevens.
Oh, my. Oh, this is better than my novels.
Have I been hitting on Dr. Scythe's daughter under the impression? Freudian slip. Freudian slip.
Strike a light!
It appears that the professor's autopsy was conducted by Dr. Scythe 10 years ago. I keep changing Seath and Scythe. I apologize for that.
Decide on a pronunciation, man!
And a few days ago, Mr. Drebber very deliberately stole the waxwork from the professor from Madame to Spells. Of the professor from Madame to Spells. A waxwork that doesn't really, in fact, resemble the victim, Mr. Asman, at all.
And do you suppose there's some unsavory relationship between these events? Oh my god. I need to log into AO3 right now.
I'm sure of it. There's no doubt in my mind that the professor case is at the heart of a link that we have yet to uncover. Between Dr. Courtney Scythe and Mr. Enoch Drebber.
This trial needs to keep going. I need to write a fanfiction. Hidden links, mysterious connections, secret relationships. This is almost extraordinary.
Oh my god, this is actually how she... Oh my god, I can't believe this. She literally keeps the trial going because she wants more fanfiction. High society, everyone. Every juror number 2 is great, but this is, I think, one of the best juror number 2s we've had.
We can't let this trial come to an end! Not while there's a cloud of suspicion. It wasn't like this in my day, but we're still here to uphold justice in the end. In my day, every villain was guilty.
All right, 2 down.
It's the professor. That's what makes that frightful swindler at the coroner. She was cheating on her husband.
Oh, wait. That's how she has a 19-year-old child. Because Mr. Stevens doesn't realize that the father... I'm turning into juror number 2. I'm slowly becoming juror number 2. Okay, so little by little, we're getting there. We should push juror number 5 because I want to see what juror number 5 has to say.
Accusing someone without right evidences is not a proper job.
Can I say magic words to make your headaches go away? Ibuprofen evolution. Yeah. Hopefully that helps. Or hopefully just hanging out here helps. I hope your headache gets better soon.
Hold it!
I've got to ask, why do you bring that corn into court with you?
Colonel Cobb!
Wait. The corn of the cob's name is Colonel Cobb.
He's been ground back on the farm. Picked him up from away
the nibbling seems to be taking quite a while, actually. Maybe it could wait until after the trial.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that. You need colonels at times like these. Whenever I've somehow been to the side, the colonels always point me in the right direction, see?
You're talking about your cob of corn?
Nibble, nobble, guilty, bubble. Nibble, not guilty.
Wait! Is juror number 5 is playing He Loves Me Not with a corn on the cob for a guilty verdict. Perhaps it's akin to fortune telling. It's just a pocket dimension of kernel cobs. So Professor Hairbrain's fate is decided by a cob of corn. Awesome. Could you at least not wait until we've had more time to find the truth before deciding the defendant's guilt?
Oh, I don't know about that. It comes awfully full already.
Maze. I hate this. Why you gotta do this to me? Why you gotta do this to me, Naruhodo? Unfortunately, she couldn't get her hands on a radish dimension. Seems a little far-fetched to think that the waxwork model of the professor was in the birdcage. But on the other hand, explains a lot. If there was really a reason why that particular waxwork had been used as Mr. Asmon's double, we must do everything we can to make the jurors understand. The truth is, I'm sure that that's the key to this, but it's also the most puzzling part. In that case, you should just badger them until they agree with you. If you can read a book whilst eating a rice cracker, Mr. Naruhodo, I'm sure you can do— Wait, what? Right, yeah. Okay. Utter nonsense. Okay, Professor, this guy doesn't like the police. I want to hear what Science Man has to say.
Hold it!
But you claimed the whole instantaneous kinesis demonstration was a trick.
That I did. But there's more than one way to pull a rabbit out of a hat, isn't there? You can pull it by the ears, you can pull it by the leg, you can kill it and then eat it. Oh, what? I grant you, given that the cage appeared from a missed explosion, there'd have been no need to use a real person. But if a waxwork had been used, the culprit could have at least had the decency to make it look like the victim.
I'm not sure exactly how much criminals are governed by decency. That is a great point, actually.
The point is, if you're going to make a claim about the waxwork being inside the birdcage,
It's like the people saying, like, we should make a law to prevent criminals from doing this. And it's like, yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
you need to give us some evidence. Without that, it's just not science.
I suppose we should expect nothing less than a logical argument from the Royal Society. But perhaps that means his mind could be changed if we manage to present suitable evidence. Evidence that the Professor Waxwork was inside that birdcage. Can I produce that or not? Alright, let's see. What evidence? Actually, we can! Actually, I can!
Oh! I must warn you, I firmly believe it's only wise to trust men in white coats.
Professor Hairbrain, can I borrow your coat?
So given your jet black outfit,
I don't mind admitting to a sense of trepidation. You're wearing black too! So you don't trust anyone in black. Looking in the mirror must be very I do have some evidence, actually. Check it out! We got a piece of glass right here.
Take that!
What's that? A piece of glass? It's unusually thick.
Yes, it's a piece of broken glass we found inside the jacket of the waxwork. As you say, it's not really ordinary glass, though. It's very thick, and clearly made for extra strength. Much like the special glass that was developed for the construction of the Crystal Tower.
The crystal top. That was holy smoke!
Exactly! The centerpiece of the Great Exhibition, where the very incident we're talking about took place. On the day in question, the birdcage fell from above and smashed through a window of that special glass. That glass must have not been very durable, or at least not as durable as we thought. Then again, something really, really heavy. Well, then again, we have bulletproof. There's no way they could have developed bulletproof glass back then.
From whence this small piece originated, is that it?
Precisely. So, what do you have to say, science man? You know, I should learn not to be so snarky towards the jurors, because this is the reason why I never became a lawyer. Because let's be real here, I would probably get my clients' guilty verdicts just because I was a snarky piece of crap to the jury. He's like, so what do you have to say to that, science boy? Guilty! Wait, but I proved guilty!
Oh, you're a snarky piece of crap. However, when reasoning is sound, it's fair to say color shouldn't come into it. In light of what you've shown me, I feel obliged to change my position. In that case, juror number 4, amend your statement, please.
I could never be a lawyer because I would start sobbing if the other lawyers were mean to me. I mean, lawyers sometimes have to be really, really mean. You're not wrong. Okay. The presence of the glass leaves me little doubt that the waxwork was indeed inside the bird. Okay, that's all we needed. Now we just have to pin him against someone. The professor. It's utter nonsense to think those two would ever be conniving with one another. Okay, that was inside the birdcage. Accusing someone without proper evidences is not... I mean, I guess we could have these because now we have evidence. Let's see what he has to say now.
Hold it!
Thank you for reconsidering your position, sir.
Your words are misplaced, boy. My opinion is governed by logic and science. Yes, science is where you should direct your words of gratitude.
Thank you, Isaac Newton of, the 1700s. Oh. Oh?
What's the matter with you? Too good to say some words of thanks to the mother of all academic subjects.
I don't actually know when Isaac Newton was born. What is it about scientists, really? Okay, this guy doesn't like police. This guy says there's the presence. I think we've hit all of them now. It's utter not. Let's push this guy once more just to make sure. When we were breeding, the man behind. Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, yeah, that's amazing. That's so incredible. Oh my God, Dr. Scythe. Yeah, and she has an illegitimate daughter with Drebber. Oh wow, that's amazing. Wow. Okay. Let's see what this guy has to say, because last time he was interrupted. What sort of problems? Yeah, thing, and the thing, and so we have to do the thing, but the thing doesn't work because they make our lives difficult.
Nah, wah! Sometimes they even cook up a story to extort monies from the poor. Meh, wah, Luigi.
Well, that's definitely not right.
Yeah, and that's why I say if you trust the police, you will have trouble, wah, Luigi. But here you are, claiming this waxwork model was stolen to star in an illusionary spectacular. Wah! So wild, I think I'll take my chances and believe the authorities.
This is how the public at large views Scotland Yard, is it? Our own police force in Tokyo is not even 20 years old yet. To be fair, the Japanese police are actually liked, right? I think they're one of the few police systems I've seen, the few like national police systems, where people generally have a very favorable view of them. Like, it's not very common that you get like very favorable views of the police. It's like, usually it's like, oh, I like the police, but I also don't like this about them. It's like the Japanese police is generally liked. Perhaps we should view what's happened here in London as a measure of what may happen at home. Yeah, like a Scotland yardstick. What the frick I hate it! I wonder how a policeman will feel listening to this and the way the juror speaks about the force. He'd have a word or two to say in response. Okay, well, besides the point. Okay, well, this guy says there's no evidence, but now we do have the evidence. So, I think maybe we can just pin this guy against him.
Objection.
Wait, what? Objection. Those two statements contradict each other.
Good gracious! To whose statements do you refer, counsel?
If you could put down your corn for a moment, juror number 5.
Oh, you mean me?
You've pointed out it's wrong to make an accusation without evidence. Very good. I still don't know if juror number 4 is like a girl or like a 3-year-old boy. Like that. Wait a second. Juror number 5's head is massive. Look at this perspective. Juror number 5's head is like 4 of juror number 4's head. Holy frick. But the accusation that the waxwork model was inside the second birdcage. Child proportions. But instead of having the child proportions, they literally just took the corner and dragged it to scale. It's not without supporting evidence, as the defense demonstrated to the juror sitting beside you.
Oh, is that wrong?
Would it be fair to say you didn't follow the argument?
I don't understand much beside Colonel Kolb, to be honest.
Of course you don't. You know, maybe we should get Gina here to help us explain.
Or, so, that bloke over there, he made all the running, and then the Barney rubble, and when you wouldn't, I don't believe it. He's like, oh, I understand now. Not guilty.
If I could interject here.
Please do, sir.
Now that this assertion of yours about the waxwork has been backed up by solid evidence, it would be wrong of me as a man of science not to pursue the matter further. E equals MC squared!
Wait, how do you know that? That hasn't been invented yet.
Oh, trust me, I just know these things.
Oh, well, me too, then.
Sorry?
If it's Brady Jeremy says it's right, yeah, it must be right.
It's ahead of his time.
See, I wouldn't dream of going against Colonel Kolb or anyone who's got stuff in between the ears.
She uses the card. I mean, this game does really take place in like the 1850s, 1860s, 1900s, 1910s, and like there's like a million different things. I guess that's success.
Thank you, counsel. That will do. You look like an idiot there, to be honest.
I think it's just the 1890s. I mean, the World Fair took place in the 1850s, which is, I assume, what the Crystal Tower is playing off of, the Crystal Palace. But then there's also like the 1890s and like like Japanese and British relations, I think. And then there's like, I think there was some events that like occurred in like 1900. So it's like there's like a million things going on. I think Soseki was 1900, right? 1900 to 1902, or was it 1902 to 1904? I don't remember. Yeah, so there's like a million different things.
Two jurors now called guilty.
Interestingly enough, the one who calls guilty right now is juror number 3, the guy who hates the police. Turn of the 20th century. We'll go with that.
Accordingly, the court has failed to reach a consensus. Trial will continue.
We did it.
Heck yeah, you did it. High five, Ryunosuke.
Good job, Chunosuke.
Oh, well done, Mr. Chunosuke. Another wonderful victory.
The waxwork of the despicable professor. Used as a body double for the victim. I must say, extremely hard to believe the assertion could possibly be true. However, the game says it is, so I'll just go with it.
It's the waxwork of the professor that links Mr. Drebber and Dr. Scythe. And I'm convinced there's a special significance to that link. I think we're going to have to investigate the event from 10 years ago.
I don't know what you're hoping to prove, lad. I really don't.
The truth is, sir, by using evidence and testimony. Oh, the truth, by using evidence and testimony.
If the court is to delve deeper into the alleged involvement of the waxwork in this case, then the prosecution calls for the owner of the model.
Do I look okay? Do I look? How's my hair? How's my hair? Do I look good? Do I smell okay? I think I smell good. Okay.
The owner of the model to be summoned as a witness. The owner! Madam Tispels, the man that this streamer simps. I just called her a man.
She is a very beautiful lady. How dare you, Van Zeeks? I really thought that Lord Van Zeeks would object to this whole line of inquiry. Wait, enquiry? I thought... Wait, is inquiry and enquiry different word? I'm learning so much vocabulary today.
I concur. Make arrangements for the beautiful man, Madam Tispels, to appear as a witness immediately. Listen carefully, my learned friend.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's me.
You should know that you're on the brink of opening up Pandora's box. No, seriously, you got kicked out of court like 6 months ago for revealing government secrets. Look, I want you to be able to eat, but in order to eat, you need a job. Please.
See, he cares.
The court shall adjourn for 45 minutes. During that time, the prosecutor will summon the very beautiful Madame Tispels. Madame Tispels, yes. I shall see to it at once, my lord. Quick, throw up a to be continued on the screen. Perfect, that's a great ending point. Will the streamer continue to simp for a very lovely Frenchwoman? Find out next time.
The answer is yes, by the way. That wasn't really a cliffhanger at all. Oh, this was such a good one. Thanks for bearing with me at the beginning. For some reason, I was a little bit tired at the beginning, and then slowly as the case, oh, this is the wrong song. This is the ending song. And then slowly, as the case began to open up, it became super, super fun. Oh my god. I hate how much I like this game. It's so dumb at times, and yet you also feel like a genius. You feel like a genius and an idiot at the exact same time. Everything is the same, but all the characters and their little animal mascots. Alternate universe. I would love that. I would love to see a Chunosuke spinoff. I can't wait to see the ending of this game. I think I'm starting to get it, right? But I also realize that we are literally about to destroy the entire justice system. Like, that's not good. Like, we literally lost our job because we revealed like heinous government secrets, and now, well, it's all over for us. I know, it's super, super fun. We're so dead. This is such a good story, man. It's like, it's impressive how good some of these stories are. Ace Attorney writing, I'm tired. Ace Attorney writing is like super good. Like, I don't understand how they do it, but it's like, the mystery concepts are really good. The characters are really good. It's like somehow Baroque von Zieks is gonna have his redemption arc where he like saves our lives or something. I just know it. Oh man. But I'm so looking forward to it. Yeah, but oh my god, Ace Attorney has some silly concepts and like super devastating. Yes, like, do you know what was the most devastating moment in all of Ace Attorney? When I found out I was flirting with my mother. Apollo, why? And now we know Herlock was trolling. Well, I mean, he did come in reasonably clutch with us for the professor autopsy. You were there for that stream. Yeah, he did come in clutch with the professor autopsy. That is true. The masterpiece of Shu Takumi. Wait, hold on. Shu. I know. Oh, the writer, of course. Yes, he is super good. Yeah, Shu Takumi is super good. Like, I mean, DL6 was like super good. When I first played that game, when I first played Phoenix Wright 1, I didn't expect it to be that good. I expected it to be like a silly detective game, right? I kind of knew going in that it had nothing to do with law. Like, you know, I kind of like was like, haha, this is dumb. Like, the law doesn't make sense. But it's like, you know, I kind of knew like it didn't really have that much to do with law, but it kind of had a little bit because it was lawyers. But it's like, I didn't realize at the time that, like, you know, it wouldn't just be like a detective game. It would be like a detective game where like across like 5 different chapters, somehow we connect the fact that Larry Butts ate noodles on like Tuesday evening, and like that becomes like the one clue in like chapter 7 that demonstrates how Edgeworth didn't actually murder his father or something. It's like, I don't know how he does it, but it's really good. You cry at the end of this game? Oh boy. Oh boy. Because I'm a notorious crier at emotional games, so like, frick, man. Larry is best. Laugh. Larry keeps hitting on my daughter Maya. This was the first Ace Attorney game to make you cry. Oh no. I think, did I cry in other Ace Attorney games? I don't remember. I may have, but I don't remember too well. Let me think. Dang it. I don't remember. I mean, to an extent, I'm trying not to remember. I mean, the Maya case of game 2 definitely took a toll on it totally took a toll on all of us. I think the reason why that case was so good, like I said, the reason why some of the cases are really good, like I think the best cases are the ones where it's not just in the courtroom where there's action, but also outside of the court where there's action. It's like, it's not just like, you know, in a lot of the cases, it's like, oh, inside the court you're solving the mystery, outside of the court you're just doing investigation, but it's like there was action in the fourth case of game 2. Ace Attorney 5 and 6 are not works of Shu Takumi. Wait, Ace Attorney 5 and 6, is that the Dual Destinies and Maya is older but still stupid? I don't know what the number 6 is. Yeah, Maya was going through it in game 2. Man, Maya was going through it in every game. It's like every single time we are asked, who is your client this case? It's like, first, wait, we gotta check whether or not it's Maya. Okay, it's not Maya this time. Yeah, the evil aunt case was good as well. Yeah, do you know what was also the mask case was good? Because it was such a weird twist. It was like an incredibly weird twist. I remember I said, wow, this is our first case that isn't a homicide. You think the circus case really ruins it for you? I think the circus case was just poorly translated, if you ask me. I think the big problem with the circus case is it was poorly translated. Because I look back at the case, and I watched Japanese people play it, and I played it in like Japanese, or at least I watched a Japanese person play it. And it seems like, you know, in Japan, that case is at least okay. It's reasonably well received. Right? I think one of the big problems with the circuit case was actually it was poorly translated. If you ask me, I think that was one of the big problems. Like, it was translated literally, but it wasn't translated culturally well enough, I think. And so it came off as Ben is this disgusting creeper, which I don't think is captured as heavily in the Japanese version. And by the way, I really liked, if I remember correctly, I did actually cry at the end of the circus case, but I cried with the whole acro and bat thing. I think that one was really dark. I know they made Godot a bit sexy. I do remember that. I do remember he was like, he said to Von Karma, he was like, get out of here, you woman. But I acro and bat, that was really, man, that was dark, man. And I really felt that. So I really like that case, actually. It's just, what is it? I think if people can get past the awkward translation and the kind of creeper outlook of Ben, and also, I mean, not so much Max, but Ben definitely came off a little bit too creepy in the translation, I think. Yeah, but man, the one with acro and bat, and spoilers for you guys for that one, so I'll just put it up front. Yeah, the acro and bat, and like how, what is it? Essentially, he tried to murder her because she didn't even realize. Like, he tried to murder her because he hated her innocence. That is dark, man. He's like, you could never understand the amount of suffering because you are so naive and stupid. It's like, damn, that is dark. It's like, the one thing he hates about her the most is her innocence. It's like, oh my god. Like, that is dark. Yeah, and the way he doesn't break down. Like, well, he does. He breaks down, but like, he breaks down in tears. He doesn't like, oh, you'll never catch me, that type of thing. You know, he just breaks down. He just realizes, like, I've destroyed everything. It's like at the end, he's just like, yeah, everything is gone now, and there's nothing left. That's dark. To an extent, I kind of wanted him to break down, like, in terms of, like, anger. At the very least, it'll almost be like, you know, at least he felt something. It's like he gave up at the end. It's really sad. It's really sad, man. And it's like, and that's one thing I really like about Ace Attorney. They can have these really dark moments. And they're not just dark for no reason. They're super deep, too. And you gotta say, oh, thanks so much for hanging out, though. Tomorrow we will solve the case. Actually, tomorrow will mostly just be simping over 2 spells. To be, let's be real here. It's revealed that she hates Phoenix because she blames him for what happened to Edgeworth, and that Manfred wasn't involved at all. Yes. Yeah, and like, you know, like Von Karma, like, let's say Von Karma Jr. Although you don't really use the word junior for male to female, but yeah, but like Francisca, like she didn't want to admit that she cared for her family. That's another really dark thing about the characters. And what is it? Godot, who, like, from the beginning, you don't even realize Godot essentially gave up on himself. And, like, and the reasons why he hates Phoenix. He hates Phoenix because he thinks that Godot hates Phoenix. Spoilers again. Godot hates Phoenix because he considers himself a failure. That is super, oh my god, that is really good. That is so freaking good. He hates Phoenix because he hates himself. It's like, it's crazily good, right? It's like, I wish we could get more writing like that, man. Like, especially with this, like, very, like, I call it, like, the happy modern writing. Do you guys know what I mean? Especially in, like, more Western writing. I mean, Eastern writing is still, like, Japan, China, Korea. They're still doing some pretty deep stories. But I feel like as we get further and further into, like, the happy, like further and further into, like, feel-good culture, it almost feels like nobody wants to write, like, deep characters anymore. Like, nobody wants to be hurting or, like, you know, feel emotion. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a good person. It's like, oh, you're the bad guy. I'm gonna beat the bad guy. We caught the bad guy. It's like that type of thing. Yeah, Godot and Mia. Like, oh man, first of all, freaking lucky freaking Godot. Ugh. Freaking, I'm so freaking jealous. Well, I mean, he's also kind of blind, so maybe I'm not as jealous, but... Man, okay, and spoilers for the last case, man, for the last case of that game, but... Right? When he's crying, he was actually bleeding. He was crying tears of blood. And I remember he said, like, the color red doesn't exist in my world, man. These are just tears. It's like, god frickin' damn. Like, god frickin' damn if that's not, like, dark as hell. You should do an Ace Attorney smash or pass. I mean, everyone gets a smash except for, like, my daughters who get a hug instead. Okay, maybe not Larry. Ace Attorney has so many hot people. They do. They have so many hot people. All my daughters get a love and protect, though. They are above smash, right? They are love and protect. It's love and protect, and then after that we can think about smashing. But it's always love and protect first. All my daughters, and maybe Cody, because I liked Cody. I know some people don't like Cody. I liked Cody, man. Poor kid, man. That freaking poor kid, man. Man, like I don't think people realize how good that writing is, right? Cody, while he was on the bench, right? The reason why he was giving the lawyers a hard time is because he didn't want to admit that the good guys could actually lose. He was so afraid. As a kid, he was so afraid of thinking that the good guys lost. The good guys actually lost? Is it possible that the world is not ideal? That in this world it is possible for the bad guys to win? And he hid from that and he ran from that. That is so good. Man, people... Ace Attorney writers on their way to giving every kid trauma. Yeah, and to be fair, Cody probably had the least amount of trauma. He just saw his he just realized that TV isn't real. You gonna eat? Have a great night, Kiyoma. Cody is saying, I mean, to be fair, he functionally saw a murder, but so he had a little bit of trauma. Hey, Meep, I haven't seen you. How's it going, Meep? You should probably sleep. I mean, yeah, you're suffering from a headache. You should probably sleep as well. Oh, hey, Meep. Okay, well, we're all leaving now. I better get dinner, to be honest. Thanks so much for hanging out, Meep. But that was a weird hiccup. I was like, thanks for hanging out, Meep. Yeah, but I better get going. I have to fill out stupid tax forms, man. I just want you guys to pay me my $50. Why do I gotta fill out like 19 different tax forms? I swear to freaking God. Oh, you've been listening for the past half hour? Well, welcome. Thanks so much for hanging out. Yeah, we'll probably do like a big like game analysis, like a case analysis. Honestly, every case is probably A rank or S rank for me. Like, it won't be much of a case analysis. It'll just be me gushing over the case. But yeah. I gotta fill out some tax forms so I can get paid my $50, which after taxes is probably only gonna be like $35, so what the frick. Anyway. Yeah, the cases are all really good. I better get dinner before you guys suck me into another conversation about the Ace Attorney games. I can't wait to see the final two games. I don't know how quickly we'll play Ace Attorney 5 and 6, but I do want to play them. And then I don't know about the Miles investigation games. People really like them. I know some people really like them. I mean, I know they play very differently than the Ace Attorney games because you're almost doing more investigation and you have like a 16-bit Miles walking around the screen instead of, you know, the moving around and clicking on point-and-click investigation type of thing. But you know what? Whatever. I heard they're like, you get to see like some of the other characters or something as well. But anyway. Some of the characters make references or like cameos or something. Anyway, thanks so much for hanging out. I'm gonna go before you guys suck me into more conversations. Don't forget, we're also gonna be playing Yakuza pretty soon, which, I mean, is pretty heavily story-based. I think I cried in every single stream when I played Yakuza Like a Dragon. Anyway, it's now in HD. What, investigation? Frick, you guys are sucking me into another conversation. I can't resist. I'll have to check it out later. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. You have any questions for me? I'll see you all next time. Don't get sucked in. Don't get sucked in. I need to eat.